Hi, my name is Frank. It's Friday. Time to kick back, talk music. I gotta say, I'm a sucker for a well put together, mid-priced box set. And I got a few cool ones to show you today. Alright, check this out. This is the Deluxe reissue box set of Black Sabbath's 1982 album Live Evil. I'm recording this on Thursday night, and I just got this in the mail today. So while I was working today, I listened to it, and later on after work, I dove into this. And you guys know I'm a huge Black Sabbath fan, so I want to show you what's in here. It's a hefty box. It's thick. It's big, right? There's the front. There's the back. It's similar in size to the other Black Sabbath box sets that have been coming out in recent years. There was this just on the back of the box. All right, now check this out. Here is a replica of the tour program, the tour book. I haven't read through all this yet, but you know, I wish I'd been old enough to see this tour, because the stage show from these pictures looked like it's pretty cool. There's Tony. What else do we have in here? We got Tony and Ronnie. Little blurb on each of the band members. There's the stage production. Geezer. This is Geezer in his full early 80s Tom Selleck mode with the perm action going on there. Comes with a full-size poster. Again, similar formula to all the other Black Sabbath box sets, right? Got the big ass fold-out poster. Hardcover book. I did start flipping through this a bit tonight, but I haven't got through it all yet. But it's pretty well done. Like most of these tend to be. Talks about the album. You can see that. Mob Rules. What did I see in here? Oh yeah, right here. Black Sabbath on tour. This is the Western Canadian tour date. They played Vancouver, Lethbridge, Calgary, Edmonton, Regina, and then stopped. They never made it to Winnipeg for whatever reason, which is odd, because if you're going to Regina, I think you come a little bit further east and hit Winnipeg, but there's all sorts of considerations, obviously, when booking tours and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, it's a really nice book, and there's a total of 4 LPs in here. The first is a remastered version of the album, Live Evil 40th Anniversary. This is a pretty close to faithful replica of the original. I have the original right here. The printing is not quite as sharp on the reissue, but other than that, it's pretty close. And the pressings are nice. They're really nice. So that's the original album. This is the one I was most excited to hear. This is the remix. This is the 2023 remix of the original album. There's the gatefold. There's the back. As far as I can tell, it is the same shows, the same concerts. It's just remixed. It's on black vinyl. I'll show you the custom labels. I know a lot of people are into the labels. Looks really nice. Scuff-free. Really nice pressing. Minimal surface noise. So the obvious question is, you can't see my face there. The obvious question is, how do these sound? So the remaster, it sounds fine, but as I said, my primary interest was in hearing the remastered tracks. The remixed tracks. Remix. So when they're remixing something, they're taking all the tracks, all the instruments, adjusting the levels, right? Breaking it down, adding reverbs, delays. They're really redoing the whole thing. So that's what I was really most interested in hearing. Redoing it, short of re-recording anything. They're taking those original tracks and remixing them. I found this version to be much more clear and present. I always dug the original, but to my ears it sounded a little muffled, maybe, kind of like there's a blanket over the speakers. I dug it, but it didn't sound great. To me, this one just jumps the speakers more. It sounds larger, it sounds bigger, it sounds wider, and it sounds clean. It's really easy to hear the separation between the instruments I'm impressed. Ronnie's vocals, one of the big differences is Ronnie's vocals are front and center, right in the middle, and almost have this three-dimensional effect, which is really cool. Vinny's drums are also a little more present, have a little more kick to them. So for that alone, totally worth it. This was an odd era for Black Sabbath. This album marked the end of Black Sabbath Mark II. Ronnie Dio left, the band weren't getting along. But it's a good album. It's a good live album. I was asked when I posted about it on Instagram whether they turned up the crowd noise. And no, they didn't. In parts, you can't even tell it's a live album. Crowd noise is kept to a minimum, and I kind of dig that. Just general comments on this recording. Anyone familiar with it will know this, but Ronnie's voice is not always suited for the Ozzy material. Ozzy's Ozzy and Dio is Dio. That said, in the Dio material, obviously Ronnie shines. He is second to none. So overall, a very, very cool box set, and I look forward to diving into this even deeper, reading all that stuff and listening to it with an even more critical ear. But again, my first impressions, I freaking love it. As I said at the beginning of this video, I'm a little bit of a sucker for the mid-priced box sets, the mid-priced deluxe and super deluxe reissues that have been coming out from bands in recent years. I'm not a fan of like the $200 or $300 or $500 stuff. That's generally out of my price range, but I love the vinyl box sets, like, you know, kind of coming around $100, like all the previous Black Sabbath ones did. And I've been buying a lot of those on vinyl and on CD. Hold on, check this out. Obviously, I have Volume 4 there and Sabotage. I got Paranoid, the CD box set, and I got Technical Ecstasy. You can find these relatively cheap. I think these are like $40 in the end. So I did get those. And they were reissuing these a while ago, the CD deluxe versions. The Black Sabbath one is really cool. It has some really neat studio outtakes, which appeals to, all of these do. Part of the big appeal to me are those studio outtakes and the remixes and just hearing different things in the songs I've known and loved for years. So I have this one on CD, and I also got the record version of it. I got Paranoid. This one comes with the quad mix, which is cool again. You hear different stuff in the music. And I got the Master of Reality one. But hold on, check this out. I've also been a big fan of the Whitesnake CD boxes, again, for all the same reasons. Different versions, concerts, live stuff, in the studio with the band, just, again, really nerdy music stuff. But I think that appeals to, well, definitely to me, but I'm assuming to many of you who watch this channel as well and are just into these artists and just love hearing different versions or just different perspectives of songs and albums you've come to know and love over the years. So I am definitely a fan of this stuff. How about you?
Love vinyl? Tell the world with a Channel 33 RPM t-shirt. Check out the Channel 33 RPM store today.
All right, this next stuff I wasn't even planning on showing you in today's video. The doorbell rang like 2 or 3 hours ago, and the UPS guy was there with a package, and I'm like, what's in there? What did I get in the mail? And I opened it up, and it is advanced copies of the 2 upcoming Alice Cooper Super Deluxe albums. Is that what they call them? Hold on one second. They're calling these expanded editions. I know I had requested review copies, but I never got confirmation that I was getting them. So this is very cool because, as you know, I mean, Black Sabbath, we just talked about that. Black Sabbath is one of my favorite bands, as is Alice Cooper. And Killer is one of my favorite Alice Cooper albums, and it's, in my opinion, sort of an underappreciated album in the Alice Cooper catalog. So many great tracks on here. Like, everyone knows Under My Wheels and Be My Lover, but there's so much, the deep cuts are just so good on here, particularly Dead Babies, one of my favorites. So I actually have not had a chance to listen to either of these 2 Alice Cooper records yet, but I'll quickly just show you what's inside them so you have a sense of that, because these are coming out next Friday, which is June the 9th. So let's talk about that. Let's just look inside this. Killer. It's got the original album remastered and bonus material. I'm just reading on the website here. The bonus material includes alternate takes of You Drive Me Nervous, Under My Wheels, and Dead Babies, plus a live recording from the band playing in Puerto Rico in 1972. Always really dug this album cover. Simple, but it works. So let me show you. Well, there's the back. That's the same as the original album cover. Then you open it up, and it's a 3 LP set. Again, done really well. I always love that image of Alice hanging himself. And in here, what is all this stuff? This is just notes on the tracks, right? There's just some inside knowledge on all the songs here from Neil Smith, Alice Cooper, Michael Bruce, Bob Ezrin. So I can't wait to dive into all that. And anyone who's a longtime Alice fan will know the original came with a 1972 calendar, I believe. It came with the calendar anyway. Oh yeah, okay, so this is a replica of the 1972 calendar. And on the back, another image of Alice and more info on the album. This comes on the old Warner labels. And again, this does not feel like 180, 140 gram maybe, but the vinyl looks flawless. No scuffs or anything like that. So yeah, it comes with 3 albums. Let's see if there's any other bonus goodies in here. No, that's the package. So you got 3 records, you got the calendar, and you got all the liner notes and essays. So I look forward to diving into all that. And we've got the expanded edition of School's Out. So, as in the original, the cover is the school desk, and it does open up. So that is an exact replica of the original. Now in the original, the album slipped into here. That's not how this one works. And the back, you had the desk legs. And the original, you had these would come out, so you could actually stand the desk up. That's not how this one works either, but that's because there are 3 LPs inside. And this, once again, is the expanded edition. So check it out. There's the gatefold. Got some art. Got some essays, some interviews. And this one, okay, this one opens a little different. This one opens more like a booklet, kind of similar to what we saw with the Record Store Day reissue of Van Halen's live album there last month. So the question is, of course, does this one come with the panties, the female undergarments? Yes, it does, but this time they're not paper. They are this, I don't know what you call that, flowery material. There you go. I feel awkward even holding these up, but there you go. There's the labels. This is interesting. This record comes with the Japanese style curved inner sleeve, but the other records do not. I assume they did this one that way for the panties that were on there. So we got an insert. School's Out, Alice Cooper, new single on Warner Brothers. So that looks like a replica of an old promo. I peeled the hype sticker off the cover and I put it on there. And let's see what else is in here. So that's 1 record, 2 records. And here's the 3rd record. See, these ones aren't paper sleeves. The first one I showed you was on the poly sleeve. And again, tons of information about it, tons of interviews of the band members and people who were involved in creating this record. What does the online description here say? So in terms of bonus material, includes the single versions of School's Out and Gutter Cat versus the Jets. It also includes an alternate version of Alma Mater and an early demo of Elected, and a concert from Miami in May 1972, recorded a few weeks before the band entered the studio to actually record the album. So that's very cool. As I said, this just literally arrived off the UPS truck a few hours ago. So I'm going to live with these albums. I'll digest them and I'll come back with a full review of those records in a couple of weeks. Stick around for that. And thank you. This is awesome. Thank you to Rhino for sending me these preview editions because, as I said, man, Black Sabbath, Alice Cooper, a couple of my all-time faves. All right, 33ers box sets, deluxe reissues. What do you think of them? Do you buy them? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching. If you dug today's episode, I would also appreciate a quick thumbs up. We'll be back again in a couple days. Till then, keep on spinning.